A group of lions stand above all others on the plains of the African Serengeti. They are expert hunters, defenders, and mothers. It's a perfect storm of conditions that allows these awesome animals to become the lion's superpride. This is the Serengeti in East Africa. Its name means endless plains. Covering almost 6,000 square miles, it's one of the world's great wildlife refuges. Life here hasn't changed much in a million years. The plains teem with giant predators. Nile crocs patrol the rivers. Leopards stalk the woods. And cheetahs hunt the open plains. But of all these great hunters, none compare to the lion. Weighing up to 550 pounds, it's the largest cat in all of Africa. A full-grown male can stand 4 feet high at the shoulder and stretch 11 feet from nose to tail. These big fellas are built to intimidate. But oddly enough, their large manes make them easier to spot. Which means males leave most of the hunting to their sleek, female companions. Females are leaner, weighing about half that of males. But they make up for their smaller size in power and speed. Sprinting up to 35 miles per hour, the lioness is queen of the Serengeti. Alone, there's no doubt they are powerful predators. But add a little teamwork into the mix, and prey, beware. Lions are the only big cats that live together in what are called prides. The Serengeti is home to about 3,500 lions living in 300 prides, one of the largest lion populations in all of Africa. The average pride has 4 lionesses, a few cubs, and 2 males. But one pride in the middle of the Serengeti is an exception. They're what's called a superpride. They number 22 in all. 8 adult females, 2 males, and 12 young ones. Superprides are exceedingly rare. The perfect set of conditions has to be present. Prey has to be plentiful. Lions live exclusively on meat, and an adult lion needs 12 pounds a day. A typical pride might only need to kill big prey every couple of days. But in the superpride, with 22 members, they must hunt nearly every day to survive. Zebras are a plentiful delicacy. But zebras aren't as dainty as they look. They use their powerful rear legs to kick friend and foe alike. Like lions, zebras can sprint up to 35 miles per hour. But the zebra can outlast the lion. The lioness combines power and speed, but she lacks endurance. She can only run at top speed for about 300 feet. For success, she must get close and use the element of surprise. May arrives on the Serengeti Plains, and the rains begin. But these big cats don't mind a little rain. Water means new grass, and grass brings over 1 million wildebeest and zebra to their hunting grounds. This is the largest mammal migration on Earth. The herds leave the southeastern Serengeti and travel north, following the rains and the new grass. Their annual 300-mile round trip takes them right into the heart of the superpride's territory. The 20-square-mile territory is smaller than that of other prides. But quality matters more than sheer size. Every square mile here contains more food than other, bigger territories. And with plentiful food, each lioness stalks alone this time. The more lions per kill, the smaller the portions. They will cooperate to take down bigger prey. But this is solo work. The adult wildebeest outweighs the lioness by over 100 pounds. But what the lioness lacks in size, she makes up for in skill. She grasps her prey with powerful shoulder muscles. Inch-long claws act like hooks, and 4 canine teeth penetrate 2 inches deep, anchoring her to the twisting prey. Normally, she would kill the wildebeest by knocking it down and clamping its throat closed. But this time, the lioness has to employ another technique. Hanging onto her victim, she covers its mouth with hers. Huge nostrils allow her to breathe, while the wildebeest suffocates. The herds spill into the superpride's territory. They will stay as long as the rains fall and grass grows. It seems like an all-you-can-eat buffet for the 22 lions. But the migration means more than just a big feast. More meat means healthier, more robust, and more well-fed lions. Preparing the females for the extra demands of pregnancy and motherhood. Lions elsewhere in Africa give birth at any time of year. But oddly enough, not here on the Serengeti. Most of these females give birth during the wet season. The Serengeti Pride welcomes new cubs to their super club. Barely 2 months old, they emerge from their den. Soon, other cubs begin to appear. They begin to learn their place inside the pride. But Dad's discipline is nothing compared to the dangers that await them. For now, though, ignorance is bliss. Keeping the cubs alive is the ultimate goal. They'll pass on the ruling lion's genes across the Serengeti. If they die, the adults' efforts will have been in vain. Typically, only a quarter of Serengeti lion cubs make it to adulthood. It is survival of the fittest. Disease and starvation can hit hard. And predators can sneak up when least expecting it. To hyenas, a lion cub is a mouth-watering treat. There is strength in numbers, though. Female lions join forces to protect their cubs, forming what's known as a creche, or nursery of sorts. The mothers in a creche share the responsibility of feeding, rearing, and guarding all the cubs. Lions are the only wildcats that raise their young this way. A clever solution by some awesome animal mamas. Time will pass, and about 18 months later, the cubs will be ready for the wide-open African savanna, all on their own. But until then, they depend on the creche for food and protection. It's not an easy road to adulthood. Sometimes a cub's greatest threat comes from their own, other lions. The super pride's 20 square mile territory is surrounded by other prides. They must defend it ruthlessly. Trespassers cannot be tolerated. At the edge of their territory, the super pride creche encounters 2 small cubs from a neighboring pride. While their mothers hunted, the cubs wandered off and accidentally entered super pride territory. Trespassing cubs are often killed on sight. But these mothers hesitate. Nearby, a lioness calls for her lost cubs. She is likely a former member of the super pride, an outcast. The super pride needs about 8 adult females to defend its territory against other, smaller prides. As they mature, surplus females must leave. Several lionesses were driven out by their mothers. They formed what's called a daughter pride, on the edge of super pride territory. They and other daughter prides nearby share the super pride's DNA. The bonds between mothers and exiled daughters disappear over time. The superpride mothers seem to sense something familiar about the cubs. They could be related. The lost cub's mother picks up their scent and follows the trail into terrible danger. The superpride may have spared the cubs, but the mother is not welcome. The cubs are led away, lucky to have escaped their ordeal alive. And their good fortune continues. Their mother brings them to a fresh kill. For the lionesses of the superpride, these border incursions don't always end in violence. Each territorial skirmish is just one moment in a conflict that lasts generations. But one threat is met with immediate force. Wandering nomadic males are one of the greatest dangers a superpride faces. As young males mature, they're seen by their fathers as competitors and are kicked out of their prides. They are left to fend for themselves in exile, living on the fringes of other prides' territories. They face harassment wherever they go. A reliable food source is hard to come by without a pride in a territory. So many nomads survive by following the migrating herds. But they're secretly scheming, watching and waiting to make their move. Their goal? To take over another's pride. The nomad's main mission is to spread their genes. A lioness can't mate if she already has cubs. So the male's solution is simple. Kill the cubs off and spread his own DNA. With so many lionesses, the superpride presents a tempting target. But first, the nomads will have to get past the pride's two males. And that is no easy task, even for a buff bachelor lion. As night falls, though, the superpride's males reveal their location. They're much too far away to stop intruders. It's time to make their move. The lionesses hear the roars of potential cub killers. If this were a normal pride, the mothers might not stand a chance against this group of nomads. And the cubs could be in mortal danger. But the lionesses of the superpride have the power of numbers. Now they issue their own warning. They will vigorously defend their cubs and their turf. The intruders know they're outnumbered. The powerful wall of sound seems to deter the nomads away before they can even mount an invasion. The superpride males return at dawn. The scent of the intruders lingers everywhere. The males refresh their own scent marks and roar at full volume. But the danger has passed. The females and their creche came to the rescue, saving their cubs and ensuring the superpride will live on. At least, for now. The wet season draws to a close, and the plains quickly begin to dry out. A sea of hundreds of thousands of wildebeest and zebra resume their annual journey to greener pastures. For the past 2 months, they've helped the superpride thrive. Now, without them, the pride faces much bigger challenges. The buffalo. For the superpride, a buffalo is the ultimate prey. It weighs up to 1,500 pounds, providing enough meat to feed them all. But buffalo fight back. These fierce animals wound more lions than any other prey species. A herd is a fortress of horns and hooves. A loner like this offers the best chance. But even a single buffalo demands respect. Unlike other prides, the lions of the superpride have a special advantage. There is strength in numbers. Bringing him down requires the power of one of the big males. It'll take several minutes to kill. The lions must face the buffalo for the next 9 months until the wildebeest return. It's a dangerous and deadly proposition. But the combination of plentiful prey, strong males, and a large group of powerful females gives them a greater than average chance. But as mighty as it is, one day, change will come to the superpride. Like all great empires, it will fragment and fall. The cubs will eventually leave the comforts and care of their family and forge new prides of their own. The young females may form a daughter pride nearby. And one day, they may even challenge their own mothers for their territory. The young males, though, will probably travel much further from home. They will continue carrying the superpride's genes across the Serengeti. And someday, form a new superpride of their own. to rule the Serengeti plains.